Hello everyone. I was just checking my settings as this is my first ever YouTube live. I was trying to change the orientation to horizontal, but I guess it's locked to a vertical way. So I guess we'll just continue with that. So welcome to my first ever YouTube live. Whether you're watching me live right now or whether you are catching a replay later, I'm so glad you're here today. And today in this YouTube live, I'm going to unbox my new NutriMill Impact Mill. I had posted like few days ago that my old NutriMill Impact Mill stopped working after about like 8 months of use, and I contacted NutriMill and they were really good with it. They replied back right away and they sent me a brand new mills that I'm going to unbox today with you guys. Now I'm just going to give you my brief introduction. I'm Dr. Priyal Desai. I'm a physician and culinary medicine specialist, and I started my YouTube channel Fit Fab with Food this January after I got certified with my culinary medicine curriculum. I just want to show everyone that you can eat delicious meals and still stay healthy. You can use food as a tool to maintain your health or improve your health. You don't have to be dependent on the medications. All these chronic illnesses that we see today, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all that basically they are connected with what we eat and the lifestyle that we lead. So I see that some people are joining in, so welcome. We soon will start unboxing the NutriMill Impact Mill. And yes, I want to let you know that I got into this fresh flour a couple of years ago. I have a video there showing the whole story. So a couple of years ago, I was looking for whole wheat bread flour, and while doing that I came across kamut flour, and eventually I found a video showing that you can actually buy the kamut, and here I'm going to show you. So you can actually buy the kamut and turn them into fresh kamut flour. And I also came across the benefit of freshly milled flour. And after that, I was all hooked. I've been doing this for a couple of years now. The Impact Meal, as I said, I bought it in January. So without delaying, let's get started. We will unbox it. Now, quick question, just type in the chat from where you guys are joining. I would love to know. Just, this is my first live, so let me see. Please drop a comment. Just say hi. Just let me know from where you're joining, and we'll get going. I'm still trying to get myself oriented here. I hope the chart is on. Let me make sure. All right. So let's get going. Now, if you are catching a replay, you can drop a comment. I will still reply back. So let's get started. I'm going to unbox this. Also, let me know if you own a grain mill and what kind of grain mill do you own. So let me see. I guess I will have to drop this down. It's not too heavy. I can manage it. All right, finally got it. All right, so there you go. That's my brand new Impact Mill. I hope you can see it. And let me open. All right, so there is a manual that came with it, and this gives the information about all the parts. And this actually also has a list of like what grains you can mill in here and what not to mill. So I think this is really helpful. All right, so let me get this out. First, we are going to bring this back down. All right, just give me a couple of minutes here. Almost out. All right, there it is. So, I'm going to put these boxes on the side. All right, so that is the container where the flour gets collected. And that is the motor. All right, so here, when you open this, that is the hopper. So there is the hopper that goes here. I'm just going to get all this plastic material out. Oh yeah, now I see the chart here. Hi everyone. So this is NutriMill Impact mill that grinds the fresh grains into fresh flour. All right, so this will go here on the motor, and then just going to get a paper towel here and just wipe this. This is the flour canister. And then there is a filter that comes here. I'm just going to remove this. So this is the filter. Now the mill that I had before that had another piece that went inside. So this one doesn't have that. So I guess that's a new change that they have done. So here I'm going to connect. Now this will go right in this slot, and that's all connected. I hope you can see it. There you go. And there is a plug here that will connect this to the outlet. And so when you are using it for the first time, you're supposed to add a couple of cups of rice into this, and that will help clean out any motor parts, and you are supposed to discard that. And after that, you can start grinding your grain, so that will be ready to use. I'm just let me see if there is any. Oh, how does that work? So as I said, this is the hopper, and you add the fresh grains in here, and they have this dial here, so you're supposed to turn that on. And on this here there is instruction. So for example, like if you are grinding small grains like quinoa, then you're supposed to keep that feed rate at number 1. And if you're using like medium-sized grain like wheat, then you're supposed to keep the feed rate at 2 to 3 to get the fine consistency flour. Now, if you are grinding large beans and stuff, then you need to keep it about 3 to 4 to get the right consistency. Now, you can get coarse consistency with this as well, and for that you're supposed to keep the feeding rate higher, like about 5 plus for large size like beans and stuff. So that's all that. Let me know if you have any questions. Now, I just want to briefly show you like what type of grains and stuff that I use. So I have actually here, let me show you. So I guess I'm trying to move this new device that I have here. There you go. So I have the whole collection here, and I'm going to show you the most basic ones. If you're starting your flour journey, if you want to invest, I would start with getting this hard white wheat. These are like more all-purpose type of grains that you can get, and you can use it pretty much in anything. So here I'll show you how they look like. So this is hard white wheat. So I think this is a good idea to start with. And then I also have another common variety. So the hard white wheat is great for making breads. Now I have the soft white wheat. So this one is good for making pancakes, cookies. It has like nice tender texture similar to a pastry flour. So that works great for that. Now I also use a certain ancient varieties, and those are really flavorful. So for example, this one I have kamut, and that has this like longer grain compared to the regular wheat, and it gives nice golden hue to the bread and also flavor. The other kind that I have is spelt. So you can see here, I actually had posted a short video on this. So these are the spelt variety. And these are great. I use them as a part of my Ezekiel blend. They're also great for making like pancakes and muffins and things like that. The other grain that I frequently use is the rye berry. So this is the rye berry that I use. You can see how you must have heard about rye bread, and this is the actual rye grain, and I like to use them for bread. I also have posted a video on YouTube about like making pasta with rye. I make different baked goods with rye as well. So this rye is really healthy in terms of it has like prebiotic fibers. They are good for your health. So that's rye. The other thing that I grind here is, you can grind varieties of beans. I make Ezekiel blend, which the recipe is there in one of my videos. That combines these pinto beans. It's the full blend. It has these black beans. So these are the black beans. Also uses, so it uses like 3 varieties of beans. That's the white bean. Other than that, it uses the lentil. So I use the green lentils as a part of the Ezekiel blend. So for the Indian bread, I use the soft white wheat. You can also combine the hard white wheat with soft white wheat. So that combination works best for Indian bread. I have noticed though that if you're trying to make fulka roti, this one does not have that really fine texture that you get with atta. But if you're trying to make naan or paratha, then this flour works really well. It has really good flavor and it comes out really nice and tender. So back to Ezekiel blend. So I said 3 types of beans, lentils. It also uses barley. So I have so these are barley. This is hulled barley. So that adds great amount of fiber. And along with that, for the Ezekiel blend, I use the spelt that I showed earlier and the hard white wheat. So this, if you look at my video, I have this whole video on Ezekiel bread, and it shows all the measurements of all these grains that you combine together to make this Ezekiel flour blend. And you can make different varieties with it, like breads. I've actually made a cobbler with Ezekiel flour blend. It has nice flavor. It has so much more fiber, plant protein. It's actually so much better for you than just the regular wheat bread. So these are all the advantages of having a mill at home, because now, I buy all these grains and these grains last so much longer. I also have different varieties here. I have these steel cut oats. Now the steel cut oats you cannot grind in this mill. You have to have oat groats. So I don't have that, but you can get oat groats, which would grind here in the Impact mill. I also have this millet here. The millet actually goes in that Ezekiel blend as well. So this is the millet. And I have quinoa. So you can grind quinoa and make quinoa flour with the mill. That's great. And then one more thing that I use it for is to make besan with this chana dal. And the besan comes out really nice and flavorful. I forgot to bring corn here. I also buy dry corn and make it into corn flour. That's really fresh and flavorful. So the main advantage of grinding the flour in the mill. Now, this mill is very lightweight. I forgot to mention. I can just easily move around with it. It's very portable. It's very lightweight. So, and it's one of the affordable ones that is out there in the market. The mechanism is the impact, like it has this steel impact mechanism inside that is the mechanism how it grinds the grain. There are other stone mills out there as well. So there are different kinds of mills available. And because of this mechanism, it tends to grind finer texture flour. So yeah, so the benefit of grinding grains at home is that you get this fresh flour which retains all the nutrients, especially the inner germ layer and the outer bran layer, which a lot of the times, are removed from the store-bought flour. Also, the store-bought flour sits on the counter for a long period of time, which loses some of these delicate nutrients like healthy fats, certain B vitamins, vitamin E, certain the minerals like iron or magnesium. These get lost when you get the store-bought flour. When you grind the flour in here, those nutrients are intact as long as you use them right away. If you want to store it for longer term, I sometimes grind it in a bigger batch and I put it in the freezer. So that helps retain all the nutrient as well. And then the other advantage about this is that all these grains, they last for a long period of time. So you don't have to worry about storage. I usually put them in the freezer for a few days and then I store them in the pantry. So that helps kill any evil eggs which could be there in the grains. So I think that's the basic, introduction. Just let me know if you have any questions. But I'm really happy that I was able to do this today. And as I said, if you watch any replays, if you have any questions, you can always put it in there and I'll be happy to answer them. Now, one more thing, I know that some of you are thinking about buying a grain mill. this Impact Mill, NutriMill has given me a discount code, so I will post it in the comments. No pressure, but if you decide to buy it, you can use the code. You will get like $20 off. So that's about the Impact Mill. And I'm excited to give this a try and see how that goes. I will continue to post videos. So if you want to stay updated and get notified, make sure you subscribe to my channel. So I think that's about it. Let me make sure if there are any questions in the chart. So I think we are good. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much again, and hope to join you again in future YouTube lives. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.